Powerskateshow, tripping on my words here, along with Alex Stoll. As always, we are here to bring you weekly hockey news. You want to introduce your stream, Alex? You certainly can.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Alex from the DMV Sportsnet. Grant, thanks for having me here today. It's always having fun doing podcasts during quarantine since we have no hockey going on. So before we start our topics, or I should say, the podcast itself, if you guys are enjoying the podcast so far, please hit the like button. That'll be greatly appreciated, and that's gonna make us more podcast videos or anything like that. So without further ado, let's start the 5 free agents of our choice, and let's start. All right, first player, goaltender Corey Crawford from the Chicago Blackhawks. His last contract was $6 million per year. He's 35 years old. Will he re-sign with Chicago?
You see, I don't know, because he has done so much for that organization. You'd hate to just not re-sign him. Like, you would wish he would leave on like a better note, but it just wouldn't make sense for the Blackhawks to re-sign him. I think they should target a goaltender in the draft and work with the goalies they've got right now. So I would definitely say Corey Crawford would probably not be a Blackhawk next year. I can easily see a struggling team trying to pick him up, like Ottawa, who maybe try to replace Craig Anderson, for example. I could see a team like Ottawa trying to use him as a starter, or I could also see a team like the Rangers trying to pick him up, maybe Toronto as like a backup. Corey Crawford has options here. He doesn't necessarily have to be the starter, especially since he's dropped off over the past couple years. So he has options for sure when it comes down to free agency, but I think the Blackhawks, I mean, I imagine once Corey Crawford retires, it'll probably sound like a one-day contract or like retires with Blackhawk or something. But as for this offseason, no, I do not see him re-signing with Chicago.
He will not re-sign with Chicago because I see Anton Forsberg coming up in the NHL.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's still in Chicago, but I'm just saying if he is, then you have Robin Lehner and Anton Forsberg. No, not Lehner. Malcolm Subban and Anton Forsberg coming in. Pretty much, if they have those two young goaltenders, then it won't be good. But if they just give him like a 1 year, like one last hurrah, then that'll be acceptable.
Yeah,
if he did not sign with Chicago, sorry, I would see him go to Dallas, just to help out Ben Bishop, because like Kudobin is doing the work, as far as I'm saying. Maybe like time to help out John Gibson, wherever his name is, or
John Gibson.
or Arizona with Darcy Kemper. So like, yeah. So for my final answer, I would say he will not re-sign with Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned before, Corey Crawford definitely has options because he definitely fell off. So he can be a backup for a solid team and be producing just as well. So, yeah, if I was Crawford, I wouldn't be worried if I wasn't the starter next year. He's done more than enough to potentially give him a Hall of Fame spot. So,
yeah. So I don't see you buffering, so that's a good thing, Grant.
Okay, great.
Doing good.
Yeah, you're not buffering either on my side. Wonderful.
That's awesome. All right, next one. I want to see everyone argue in the chat right now. Kevin Shattenkirk, defenseman from the Tampa Bay Lightning. His last contract was $1.75 million per year. That was when he got cut from the New York Rangers. Do you think he has a good shot re-sign with Tampa, yes or no?
Yeah, well, we talked about this a little bit last week, and yeah, I think quite frankly he could certainly re-sign with Tampa Bay. He's had such a bounce-back year after having a couple rough years in St. Louis and being absolutely horrendous on the Rangers, he has truly built himself back up to being a top 6 defenseman like we saw him play in his early years with St. Louis and a little bit in Washington. And yeah,
And
I think the
Colorado.
Lightning should. Oh yeah, in Colorado, yes. So I would definitely say, yeah, I think the Lightning should re-sign him. I think it should be a cheap 1-2 year deal, but overall, I think they could easily they could easily bring him back for cheap money, and I would definitely take advantage.
Yeah. I also saw on John from Off the Wall Hockey, the last guest from our podcast, saying like he's kind of interesting for the free agent class because he's technically saved his career because like if he was like the Rangers Shattenkirk, he's gonna be out of the league like really fast. But yeah, I think he's definitely gonna resign with Tampa Bay because he technically saved his life. um, but I don't see him.
Really.
Yeah, I don't see him go anywhere. If he did go anywhere, I would say probably Boston because
That would make sense.
because if Krug resigns, then like if Char leaves, then you'll have Shankirk come in as a help out with Torrey Krug. You can have Carson Coleman. I'm not sure if he's a defenseman, but correct me if I'm wrong.
He's a right winger, I'm pretty
Right wing.
sure.
Okay. Like Jeremy Lauzon can help out. Matt Grzelcyk. Urho Vakaainen. I'm gonna throw out the young kids. And for Connor Clifton. Let's save that.
Yeah, because Connor Clifton, he does have quite a bit of NHL experience, and he has been pretty well so far. So
yeah. So like pretty much, if it's Krug and then Shankirk, then they can be like mentors from the players that I mentioned, like Clifton, Grzelcyk, Lazan, and Vakaainen. And then once like the next 2 or 3 years when they sign him, I think that Boston will be a perennial powerhouse like decor as far as I'm concerning or like saying right now. Okay. Cody Eakin, center from the Winnipeg Jets. His last contract was like barely $1 million. I think $3.85 million per year. Originally from Dallas, traded to Vegas via expansion draft, and now traded from Winnipeg at the latest trade deadline. Do you think he's going to resign with Winnipeg? Yes or no?
I mean, he's been a pretty good contributor with the Jets so far. The thing is, I don't know if the Jets want to bring him back because basically Cody Eakin has about a year or two before he absolutely probably drops off a cliff statistically. So maybe if the Jets were going to resign him, it'd probably be for like a 1 year deal worth about like $2 million or so. But in reality, I think Cody Eakin would probably end up going elsewhere. I see maybe Florida being a good option, maybe the Kings. I can maybe see those two teams trying to use his veteran presence. So, yeah, what do you think? I don't think Cody Eakin will resign with Winnipeg.
I agree with Florida because they're starting to grab some assets for in the future, like 1 or 2 years down the road. Florida will be a good one. I see about him going to Carolina because
That makes sense too.
well, once you fill in sorry, I'm getting hiccups. Aho, Svechnikov, Trocheck, Martinuk, and all these guys, Martin Nishas, Brock McGinn, Warren Fogle, and all these dudes coming in. Pretty much, once they had Eakin, he's gonna be a bottom 6 guy, but or
Yeah, right.
or middle in the lineup, like second or third line. I would say Carolina and one more, probably Washington, because as I meant to return to Washington, since
Oh yeah, back in the day, he used to play for the
yes,
Capitals. Yeah,
yes,
2011.
yes. Um, uh, so like, if Travis Boyd leaves, um, well, like when Beck Mallenstein replacing Leipzig, um, probably Eakin can be a bomb line center, to replace Travis Boyd because like I said before it started, they're not going to come back. So I think Washington, Florida, Carolina will be a good one.
You see Anaheim as well, but maybe giving him a 1 or 2 year deal as well. But guess we'll have to see. Cody Egan's an interesting one because he only has about a good year or two left before, like I said, he'll probably his statistics will just fall off a cliff and turn to like just an applicator type bad. So
Yeah,
yeah, please I don't know.
Detroit needs Lafreniere, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Pittsburgh Penguins defenseman Justin Schultz, his last contract salary will excuse me, $5.5 million per year. Will he resign with Pittsburgh? Yes or no?
I mean, it would make sense for Pittsburgh to re-sign him because simply Schultz has just turned his career around since joining the Penguins. I mean, he was not the greatest defenseman when he was with the Oilers, and then when he signed over to or got traded over to Pittsburgh, he has just turned into this whole other guy we've never seen before, and he has truly been a very good defenseman. You know, whether you're working with a veteran like Chris Letang or be working with someone like John Marino, he has certainly proven that he's a very good defenseman. And honestly, Pittsburgh should bring him back. I think a 3-year deal worth around $20 million or so is probably what I would roughly pay him around that area. So, yeah, what do you think?
Um, for first off, before I say my teams, I think Pittsburgh is going after Justin Schultz because he has been a good mentor at how is he at age 29, like almost 30, a guy who has high experience, two a two sorry, two-time Stanley Cup champion with the Pittsburgh Penguins, been helping with Chris Letang for many years, helping out John Marino, which is an A+. Yeah, I would say resign with
Yeah.
Pittsburgh so that he can do another round of mentor mode with the young guys. So if he does not, then I would say he would go to Buffalo, maybe.
That would make sense.
Yeah, Buffalo, Dallas. I think I heard some talks about him going to Dallas, but I'm not sure. I might
Maybe
make
the
it.
Capitals. When you think about the Capitals, I think he could sign with the Capitals, especially if they lose a lot of their key pieces.
Yeah, and one more. I probably Vegas because like you got some good players like Nate Schmidt, Nick Hague, Derek England, Shea Theodore. I don't know the last two.
Derek England, he's not really there.
I already said England, but yeah, like and Jimmy Schultz, the next D man coming in. So like once like Schultz come in, then like probably Justin Schultz might jump in to be like a bomb pair role.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last one, and then I'll have you start your topics. Chris Tanev from the Vancouver Canucks. He is an alternate captain defenseman with the Vancouver Canucks. His last cap hit was $4.45 million per year with the Vancouver Canucks. Will he re-sign with Vancouver?
Tough because yes, he's their assistant captain, and yes, he's been there for so long. I believe since 2013. I believe was his rookie year. But the problem is, the Canucks are finally getting into this stage where they're getting a ton of young players and they're starting to come back to that playoff form. So I don't really know if you want to keep a guy like Tanev around for much longer. I would say if Vancouver resigns him, I'd probably say be about a 2-year deal at most. But
Yeah.
still, I don't know if Vancouver would want to, keep a guy who has been aging. He has been getting better, but I don't know. He did have a pretty slow start to his career. I'd say it was about 2016, 2017 when he really started to pick up and became an full-time AHL defenseman, really. So, what do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I think he's gonna re-sign with Vancouver because still he's an alternate captain, but is showing good leadership, covering Bill Horvat as Horvat being the team captain, and don't know who's the other alternate captain, but let's not worry about that. With like Tanev, Alex Edler alternate captain, so like
Oh,
with a good relationship with Bill Horvat and Alex Edler, he will resign with Vancouver. I don't see him go anywhere because Vancouver is in a playoff mode, playoff picture, I
yeah.
should say. Um, like last year, 20 points. He's a stay-at-home defenseman. Pretty much. Became he's so far an NHL regular in the lineup, like a mid pair defenseman. Um,
Yeah.
I would give him credit for helping Quinn Hughes because like once you have like a lot of veteran defensemen like Chris Tanev, for example, Quinn Hughes is on fire, like I said, and Edler is I think Edler is on top pair with Hughes. So like pretty much like Edler and Tanev have been helping Quinn out because Quinn is 20 years of age right now. He's young, like yes, he's developing like very very well, as I'm saying. For my final choice, he will resign with Vancouver.
Yeah, I could see him resigning with Vancouver as well. But like I said, I think it would be probably like a 2-3 year deal at most, just to, kind of one last gasp, and you'll probably become a free agent come next time. But yeah, I could definitely see Vancouver re-signing him as well.
All right, let's start your topics.
All right, and we're gonna use our first share screen for this one. Bear with me, we're kind of new at using this stuff. Voila! Of course, follow me Instagram, Flushing Sports Zone for daily sports news. Of course, I cover all sports, but only on the Powerskateshow. We, of course, only talk about hockey. Here was the first post. Happened last Friday. Ales Hemsky retires from the NHL at age 36. I mean, you kind of saw this one coming, but it is at the same time kind of sad because he was a very solid player for many years, especially with Edmonton and Dallas. So we'll have to see if he'll make the Hall of Fame or not. I think he's borderline. I don't know if exactly Hemsky would exactly make it in, but he would certainly, I would assume, probably be a candidate at some point within the next decade or so. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I kind of did not remember Ales Hemsky like since 2012. Um,
Yeah.
so, like the only memory that I know was that when Patrick Stefan missed
I knew
the
you were going
empty
to say
net.
that. I knew you were going to say that.
Yep.
Yeah, we all know.
Um.
Stephon misses the empty net. Hemsky goes down the other way, and he beats Marty Turco blocker's side to tie the game with like 1 second left. Gets me every time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only memory that I know about Ales Hemsky. And funny connection. So with this time with the Senators, I was saying like, is he wearing like a Caps jersey? Because like pretty much like, did I say like, is Ales Hemsky like with the Caps that I did not know for like, is he like hiding somewhere? But no, Edmonton, Dallas, Ottawa,
And Montreal.
Montreal. Yeah.
So
So
like
I would
2015
say
or
like,
whatever.
yeah, Hemsky. Like, yeah, best of luck to him on his retirement. 2 playoff appearances in his career. Kind of feel bad for him. Like he deserves to have more playoff appearances.
Oh yeah, he was a really good player. You know, when the Oilers made to the 06 finals, you know, really Hemsky's only shot win the cup. Of course, Carolina got the best of them in Game 7. So what are you gonna do here? But anyway, Hemsky in 845 games, not that bad. 174 goals, 398 assists, which equals to 572 points. The problem is his plus minus rating was negative 53.
Ha!
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
that
not ideal.
almost the same number as my high school. Plus minus, but I'm not gonna get into that. But you know, I'll just tell you the story. Why not? So the last 2 JV games, the last 2 -5. Do you know what's worse? -6 last game. I would say like fuck my career. But
I mean, I feel you, bro. I mean, that is rough. I mean, you're really out there getting like
I'm like,
the
damn, I'm
negative
24 hours
6
straight.
plus minus rank. It's like, oh, good lord, quit scoring when I'm on the ice, please.
Yeah, and well, like at least my varsity is -3 because my
Oh,
my
yeah.
my -3. But I only have 1 point in high school. I was saying, yeah, like, but like, yeah, like Alex Hemsky had a good career. To be honest, and like, yeah, like once again, he deserves to have more playoff appearances than he had. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. All right, want me again to my
All right.
next one? Where are
Next.
you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I guess kind of player didn't retire, but also kind of unfortunate news. Mikkel Bakker is now playing in the Swiss League. This is very unfortunate because because he was very good. I mean, this season not really with Ottawa. 20 games played, 2 goals, 2 assists. But in reality, when he was with the Coyotes and the Sharks, this guy was easily a top 6 guy, and he really developed this guy down there in Arizona, Lord Korpikoski. So, yeah, I mean, he was such a good player with the Coyotes, and he played pretty well in the Sharks as well. But like I said, he's fallen off a cliff. He is age 30. He is a right winger. He has definitely slowed down. He was pretty fast about 5 years ago, but yeah, he's definitely slowed down, and his stats have just hit a wall. So, you think he's making the right move here?
No, it's not. It's not a good move in my mind because I'm a fan of Mikkel Bodker, definitely. Well, I understand he was with Ottawa. That's why he hasn't been so good lately.
Yeah.
In his first year with Ottawa, he just got out. I would give him a chance. Like I would give him like 2 more years and say like yeah like you have been not on a good team recently. Like should you be on a good team like just for like 2 years or like once you're in a decline you can go to Europe. Yeah, for me I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I thought Mikhail Bakker, I mean, despite the points, I still thought, like, he was a pretty key contributor, key leadership guy, guy who, can, get shots on goal, can stick up for a teammate. I thought he was that type of player once he pretty much lost his speed a couple years ago. Overall, I still think he's a pretty good player. I mean, on any other team besides Ottawa, and like maybe Detroit, he's no more than a third liner, but he is
Right.
still arguably a very good third liner because he can get your shots on goal. He can deliver the big hits. And, especially we've seen in the playoffs when he was with the Coyotes and Sharks, he can perform in the playoffs as well. So obviously I was nowhere even – they're not even thinking of playoffs right now. But, that's what you say. Maybe keep him another couple of years. When you do get to that step, you can be like, oh, great, we have this guy who's at least been there for. Because outside of Craig Anderson and maybe a couple other Senators players from that 2017 run, really, what Senator player has ever played in the playoffs? I'm trying to think off the top of my head right now. I can't really think of exactly one. So yeah.
Are there anything else that you would like to point out?
Yes, and there is one last topic that broke out today. The Carolina Hurricanes are going to stay put at the PNC Arena in Raleigh, Carolina until 2029. Your thoughts? And then I'll share my opinion. I was kind of blown away when I read this news.
I knew that would happen because pretty much PNC Arena was open like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Once again, I did not see them move because pretty much they're in the campus. I think University of North Carolina or Carolina State, or wherever they're in. I don't know much to say. It's just only that. But yeah, I kind of definitely agree on the arena being extended. It's famous for the bunch of jerks post-game celebration.
Yeah.
There's one celebration that's my least favorite, which I'm not going to get into that. And also did the 2011 All-Star game. So pretty much they're going to extend history and memories at the PNC Arena. So I definitely agree re-signing that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense re-signing him now, especially since
they
made the third round last year, and they're going to make the playoffs again this year, whether it be regular or 2014 or whatever, which we'll get into you for one of your topics. But regardless, Carolina's in the playoffs this year, and it kind of makes sense how – I think they've earned this because you're going to say 4 or 5 years ago, they got an arena extension. You got to be kidding me because this team, of course, was on the verge of moving about 5 or 6 years ago. But I'm glad that they finally woke up, developed their players, developed a good coaching staff, and look at where they are now. They're still a pretty good team in the Eastern Conference. So, I give my tip my hat to Carolina for sure. They turned that franchise around real quick, and they definitely deserve this arena proposal for sure. And that is it for my topic. So if you would like
you're buffering.
I'm buffering. Oh, no. Well, anyway, Alex, even though I'm buffering, you can still go on to your topics. And
okay. Anyway, I'm not going to share my screen because it'll buffer on my end. The Ottawa Senators are kind of getting me inspiring right now. They have seven picks in the first 2 rounds. 3 of them in the first round, 4 in the second round. They have their own first-round pick, San Jose Sharks pick, and the New York Islanders pick. Ottawa and San Jose will be in the top 5. Because this is right now the Alexis Lafreniere sweepstakes. Right now, pretty much Detroit might go first overall.
Yeah,
Ottawa
first overall.
Second, and Ottawa third. Yeah, in my mind, Lafreniere first overall. You might get Quentin Byfield and Jake Sanderson. Jake Sanderson, in my mind, I was blown away from the latest World Junior tournaments. I thought that he's gonna be prime Ray Bork a little bit. Like not on the same level as him, but like 25% prime Ray Bork. Yeah, if they take Byfield and Sanderson, probably Ottawa's going to be in the playoffs for like 2 or 3 years down the road. They're not done yet. Still need more assets coming in. Second round is the most interesting part. You're not buffering, so that's good.
You're good.
4 second-round picks. This is not funny, guys. Ottawa is trying.
We're going to definitely trade one of those away. Maybe even 2, depending what player they're going to get. I could definitely see Ottawa trading away a couple of second-rounders.
If I was Pierre Dorian, I would say no. We are not trading any picks because Ottawa wants to be a good team, right? Technically, they have Brady Tkachuk, Anthony Duclair, Thomas Chabot, Logan Brown, Colin White, Drake Batherson, Christian Wallinen, Artem Anisimov. If they get Byfield and Sanderson will be with Thomas Chabot. So
right.
So and also according to Cat Friendly, they might trade Bobby Ryan away because
that would definitely make sense.
Yeah, so like
is he even like playing? He's like kind of retired, then he came back. It's like, what's going on with Bobby Ryan?
Yeah. And add Nick Ryan as well. So if Ryan leaves, pretty much Quinton Byfield will take over that spot because Byfield is a right winger.
Yeah, I think Byfield's gonna have a bright future in the league for sure.
Yeah, I believe on that. All right. Next topic is the 2014 playoff format. For now, this has been gone through my head too many times because there's sometimes that I get so annoyed about saying like, all right, what you guys are gonna do? Are you gonna like do the regular season or do like playoffs like normal style playoffs? For the 2014 playoff format, here are the teams: Calgary versus Winnipeg, St. Louis and Dallas, Edmonton, Chicago, Vancouver and Arizona, Vegas, Colorado, and Nashville versus Minnesota. To be honest, on the Western Conference wise, good matchups, to say the least. You got Calgary and Winnipeg. I think that's A+.
Yeah, that's a great series between the two Canada teams.
I want to see Edmonton and Calgary play.
Oh, yeah, that would be epic. However, my main concern with this is Nashville and Minnesota. Those two teams, I don't even think should really even be in the playoffs. But they're going to make it with the 2014 format. So... and then they'll face each other. So one of them is going to the second round. I mean, I would say Nashville will probably earn it more just because I got to give Pecorine the edge because, he scored the empty netter. But outside of that, though, in reality, though, I mean, what the heck is Minnesota, Nashville doing the playoffs where, like, I don't know. I think 24 teams is too much, and I'll definitely go more into it when we get to the Eastern Conference side of things, but I definitely continue.
Like, if they put on their regular format, Edmonton and Calgary, I told my girlfriend we are going to watch it, definitely.
If I had a girlfriend, I would say that to her, too.
Yeah, you can, like, get...
Calgary, I mean, what could be more exciting than that? There'd be, like, 5 fights a game.
Yeah, who knows? All right, let's go to the Eastern Conference, and I have a little complaint.
I have my complaints about these two.
Columbus and the Islanders, good.
That's good.
Boston, Philadelphia, that's even better.
Great.
Pittsburgh, Montreal. Fine. It's fine.
It's fine, but is Montreal really a playoff team? I don't know.
The only complaint is the Rangers and the Maple Leafs.
Oh, I think that's going to be a good series.
pretty.
Maple Leafs might get to the second round for once. I know, crazy, but
Yeah, not really. But Tampa Bay, Washington. That's good. That's good.
That's fantastic.
But
Especially with Stamkos coming back.
yeah, but Florida and Carolina. Listen, you guys can argue with me. You guys can argue in the chat. I don't care. Florida and Carolina does not make sense in my eyes. Yes, like Florida's starting to jump in to be a good playoff team. Yes, Carolina's is starting to be a Stanley Cup level team. Well, it's between Bobrovsky. 3 goals against average for a dude over $10 million per year. What's the question about it? Like, and Carolina, and the only complaint from Carolina was like James Reimer and Pierre Maras again injured with the dude David Ayers coming.
I was going to say, they got to get David Ayers quick if they want to get a shot for the cup, yeah.
But the only thing that I will quick complain is if David Ayers plays a playoff game. That's the only thing that I'm going to not complain about.
I mean, overall, Carolina and Florida, that's not an entirely bad series. I think the worst series out of the bunch right now is Pittsburgh and Montreal. At least Carolina and Florida, they kind of even themselves out. You know, you had Vincent Trocheck trade from Carolina at the deadline. I mean, what's up?
And Eric Halla as well.
Oh, yeah, and Eric Halla as well, right, yeah. And so, like, at least that'll be kind of interesting. And, you know, you kind of the Hurricanes and the Panthers, you know, you kind of have two young teams battling it out to, you know, a shot to basically lose to the Bruins or the Lightning in the second round. But still, it's pretty amazing how, you know, those two young teams will really get a shot at performing. But my main concern is, yes, Montreal. I think Florida is more of a playoff team than Montreal, if you ask me. Carey Price has been so inconsistent this year. The defense has really fallen apart. And, the offense is doing all right. I mean, I'm liking what a few of their forwards are doing. But for the most part, though, I don't know. Montreal doesn't really strike me as a playoff team.
All right, next topic, which I'm so happy right now. The Washington Capitals extending with the Hershey Bears from the American Hockey League to the 2023-24 season. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, as you all know, I go to a lot of Hershey Bears games. I'm glad that they're going through another round with them. But and the best thing is that Washington and Hershey is in a great relationship, right? Like right now, definitely. They've been with each other for the last 15 years. The first year when Alex Ovechkin was with the Caps, in the same year that I was born. So technically, my whole life, definitely. Three Calder Cups with each other, and one Stanley Cup with each other. So I think that that with them have a great relationship. Like Doug Yangst, former GM. He was a dynasty GM.
Yeah.
Brian McClellan is also good helping out. George McPhee, a borderline good thing, but I think Brian McClellan made an awesome move. Wait, did someone have an Instagram account? The All Talk Show. Who run that Instagram?
Oh, yeah, I got the notification. The All Sports Talk Show, of course, member of that talk show as well. Yeah, I just got a notification that they follow me on Instagram. All right, cool.
All right, interesting.
Plus the Sports Zone, though, for the best and daily sports news, though. That is a given.
Yeah,
Self-advertisement.
that's
No
facts. Yeah,
Follow the All Sports Talk Show and watch some episodes as well on Sportscaster,
yeah,
though, for
yeah, sure. Um,
sure.
now I lost my mind since I got the
I
notification.
mean, yeah, you're making a good point. I mean, yeah, so many good coaches and players that came over from the Hershey Bears to the Washington Capitals. I mean, I think it's definitely smart that they keep the Hershey Bears around. And whenever I see that you're at a game, I see it's one of the most passionate fan bases in all of the AHL. And I know the Hershey Bears also get into a lot of scraps. I know a lot of AHL teams get into a lot of scraps, but I mean, like their matchups against the Providence Bruins or like the Bantam Valleys or like the Toronto Marlies, like
Yeah.
all those are got to be like wicked entertaining
Yeah,
matchups.
that's why I go to these rivalry games, and I see like
Strasburg Penguins, the Penguins AHL, Strasburg. Yeah, like that must be nuts going to that.
yeah, like I think I made the best decisions, and I think the best like AHL game out of all this year was Curtis Gabriel tackling an official. That's right. You do not see that very often. He is acting like he's in the 80s. When there's like Dave Tiger Williams, Joey Kocher, Bob Probert, these iconic enforcers, he is acting like them, definitely.
Yep,
Um,
I agree.
and another thing, Dominic Simone, 6 to 7 months of injury, a
Yeah,
shoulder
I'm gonna bring this up as well. Yeah,
surgery. So, what do you think that's affecting Pittsburgh so far?
they're gonna miss him for the playoff run, but he's like their third line right winger. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So they're using a good depth piece, but this isn't the end of the world, really. I mean, it's not like you're losing Crosby or Malkin or someone like that caliber. You're losing a pretty solid guy who'll probably get you close to 10 points or so in the playoffs if you really make it to the finals, which I don't think Pittsburgh would, but you never know. I don't know.
yeah,
With Matt Murray and Jerry, you really don't know. But yeah, I mean, it just don't excite me. Very solid player, like I said, very good role player, but I don't think this is going to hurt Pittsburgh drastically. I think they could easily, get someone in free agency or call someone up for sure to replace him. I think he's a pretty replaceable player, although he is pretty good.
yeah. Like I think it's gonna affect the Penguins so far, pretty much because well, Simone has become a NHL regular into the lineup. Like right in the 100 games play range. Pretty much in I think in his third or fourth season in the NHL. Um,
Right.
so like yeah, I like Simone is a solid player. Like I said before, like an NHL regular, who kind of keeps a mill in the lineup sometimes in the bottom line. Um, so like yeah, I don't know what the Penguins are gonna do without Simone in the playoffs or at the start of the regular season. But I think Lafferty will be a good call up piece as right wing. Um, like Seth Chasen, who was our first guest on the Powerskateshow.
Hmm.
Um, he's all in on Lafferty because like Lafferty has shown improved with Wilkes-Barre. Um, like he can skate. He can cover the piece with Dominic Simone and copy what Simone has been doing this year. So I think if they have if they pull up Lafferty, then it'll be no problem at all.
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, Pittsburgh, Dominic Simon is a pretty good player, but Pittsburgh could certainly could replace him. So, yeah.
Yes. All right, we're down to two more. Oh god.
I actually just want to quickly say something real quick. The Sabres earlier today, the Sabres actually picked up Victor Olofsson's brother, Jasper Olofsson. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see him in the NHL in a couple years. They picked him up from Europe. He's currently playing with the Rochester America in the AHL. So hey, something interesting, and maybe that'll make Victor Olofsson even better than he already is, because Victor Olofsson has been on fire this year when he was healthy.
Yeah. All right, we're down to two more today. We're going to talk about the Washington Capitals contract situation. So let's do that. Why not? Okay. Travis Boyd is a RFA. He was worth $800,000. I think a one-way or a two-way level deal. I would say they will do it like a sign and trade, pretty much. So that no one from the other team will accept that trade and sign him. I think that'll be a good idea about him re-signing and trade, so that they can grab more assets. Kovalchuk is going to be gone. Goodis will not come back. Brendan Dillon probably. I would say Dillon leave and Siegenthaler leave, because so you have Carlson, Orlov, Goodis. Not Goodis. You got Carlson, Orlov, Ketney, and Jensen. Two defensemen might come up: Alexander Alexiev and Martin Feravari. Feravari played 4 or 5 NHL games this season, 1 point, 1 assist. Alexiev is going to be I don't know. Once again, I've seen him in person in Hershey. I would say, like, in my mind, I'm gonna say like he's gonna be like probably like Cale Makar or Quinn Hughes type level, because his overall pick was 31 overall. Shouldn't be a 31 overall pick, but I think if he is very good as steal, he should be a top 15 pick, as I'm saying, because pretty much Alexiev has been shown improvement from last year's World Championships, the 2019 World Juniors, and 2018 World Juniors. So since he's been showing that progression and what do you call it, potential?
Yeah.
I think that he's gonna be like John Carlson, pretty much, quite like prime John Carlson, or prime Dmitry Orlov. Orlov is in his prime.
Prime Carl Alsner?
No.
Nah, I was kidding. He was okay for a couple years, but yeah, now he quickly fell off.
It was horrible. He was
okay. He was all right.
But anyway, I think Alexiev is gonna be a good player. Like I said.
Yeah, no, I have high hopes for him as well.
All right. So we're gonna bring back to the first episode about Alex Ovechkin. Will he beat Wayne Gretzky's goal record of 894? The alternate question is, will he finish top 3 of all-time goals in the NHL?
Well, I'm looking up who has scored the most 3 goals. I'm pretty. It's obviously Gretzky and Howe. I'm trying to think of the third one though. Oh, Jaromir Jagr. Oh yeah, it's 766. Okay. Ovechkin just scored his 700th one, right? Yeah, you went to that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, and he's at
he
what?
Is now, I think 705.
5. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I think he could make it top 3. I don't think he will catch Gretzky or Howe. I definitely think he's going to pass Brett Hall for 4th. Probably if he stays healthy, I would imagine he would pass Yager for third. I could see him ending off with about 780 or so. I definitely don't think he's going to catch Gretzky. Maybe Howe, but that'll be a stretch. Ovechkin will probably have to play until he's like 3 to catch up to Howe, maybe. So I don't know, but I could certainly see Ovechkin probably passing Yager and getting a top 3 spot. Like I said, I think Ovechkin, obviously great player, first ballot Hall of Famer, all that good stuff. So I could see him getting about 780 in his career, somewhere around there. Why, would you agree, or are you going to go full homer mode and say he's going to get 900?
He will be in the top 3 without a doubt. There's no debate about he's one of the greatest goal scorers in this generation. Sorry, modern era. If he scores 800 like soon, who knows? My legs will be shaking till he retires. Because I'm saying like, oh god, like he's almost there. 94 goals left to tie. He needs like 2 or 3 years to go.
Yeah, Ovechkin's only 34. Okay. Yeah, he'll probably be playing until he's at least 39, 40, you would assume. So maybe.
Yeah, like let's say like if I'm like not in any, if Ovechkin's like at 894 or 895, I'm going to like fly anywhere because like just to see like make history like again like 700 like
so like trying to buy tickets for that game. You're 100% right.
Yeah, and am I good? Hey, hold.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Well, just like how like crazy it would be if you were actually at like the game with like Ovechkin like past Gretzky for the record books. Like I can at least like imagine you in the crowd just like going absolutely crazy.
Let me tell for that I would not like I can say like pee my pants in the hallway. Now this is the funny here, but that's not gonna be on Instagram.
We're gonna be on Sportscaster. I gotta take this one down. Oh boy.
All right, we're done. All right, we're good. Yeah, like I think Ovechkin deserves to pass Wayne Gretzky. There's like a lot of talks going in.
Yeah.
Lots of debates, like pretty much. Like there's a lot of people saying like no, he won't pass Ovechkin. Now Gretzky goal record. So like
I don't think Ovechkin will, but I do think he definitely has a shot being top 2. So
yeah,
I could see Ovechkin like the most having roughly like 750 or so. Or no, never mind. 850. That's what I meant. 850, not 750. That's way too low.
Yeah. So like pretty much if he averages like 40 goals like per year, then like yeah, like he's like almost there.
I mean, he can certainly score 50 goals. I mean, he's done that like 7, 8 times already. He can certainly do it again a couple more times, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we don't see any decline from him. Like
he's not necessarily getting better, but he's definitely not slowing down. He's just staying like where he usually has been since like 2012. Just like consistent goal scorer, consistently shows up in the playoffs, consistently team leader. Gotta get better at defense, but outside of that, he's a very good player.
But the only thing
best in the league.
I'm sorry. But the only thing that I know is that he's declining of points. Yes, like from that, like he's like now getting like 60 to 70 points. The last like 2 years, like when the Caps are like almost grabbing Stanley Cups, gets like between like 75 and 80 points. Now he's like getting to like 60 to 70 points right now. Like he can pretty much stay at 60 points.
Yeah, exactly. Because like that's not really a big drop off.
But the only thing that
40, then you're like, oh, this is quite alarming. But I mean, yeah, 70 to 60, that's fine.
Oh God, you're buffering.
Oh no.
Am I buffering?
A little, but you're still
good. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna wrap up for today.
Or if we were doing fantastic until the outro.
Pretty good.
But yes, we are good. I can hear you.
All right. That's gonna wrap up today's podcast. That was pretty fun once again. Episode 5 in the books. Episode 6 will be next.
And we'll have a guest next week.
Guest.
So, woohoo!
Yeah. So next guest will be from my local college. Will be from my local college team. The 2 friends that I'm friends with. I'm not sure if we can grab a group, but look, we'll just figure stuff out. If you guys like this podcast, please hit the like button. That man greatly appreciate to us. That's gonna make us more podcast videos. Check out our social media, Instagram at Powerskateshow. Check me out on Sportscaster at DMV Sportsnet, and also check out Grant's Sportscaster, as you can see on the screen, at Floodster, and check out his Instagram at Floodster Sports Zone, all in one word. And once again, Grant, thanks for having me once again.
No problem. Love having you as a host. Hope you guys enjoyed another edition of the Power Skate Show. So, yeah, don't worry. We didn't have a guest today, but we definitely have a guest coming up for the next 2 episodes at least, if not even more than that. So definitely stay tuned. Tune in next week, Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern. And, yeah, it's going to be from me, everyone. I'm Grant Fluff of Fletcher Sports Zone saying have a good night, everybody.